Well, hello, and this is Julie, the Jewel Design, and we are back to our altered book. I decided we'd get back on this one before I worked on the next potential, I don't know, fall thing maybe, I don't know. But if you're new to me, thank you so much for joining me. We, graphic designer, digital designer for journals, and of course crafter, and owner of a craft supply store on Etsy, along with the digitals that I create. All are also on Etsy. So, all the information is down below in the show more, or the upside down triangle for links and things that I do or use. What we, what I have in the shop if I happen to use it in my videos, and otherwise it's just whatever fun thing I'm working on that either promotes the digitals, or shows off a new product, or just works on whatever floats my boat when I get a moment to get online. Being a mom of 2 teenagers now, sometimes that's easier said than done. Plus, the business and everything else. So, who knew? So, today, we did, this last time, we did the paper lace flip, right? And so you can now see her beautifully. Really love it. Which then had the double pocket on the back, okay? Which I'm going to need to make a cute, this is just I got a scrapbook paper, sort of thin 2-sided note card, and put it on one of my duotone, what is it, music and, no, it goes that way, music and imagery pages. These were 5x7s that I had created with music pages, and then like a stamped like version of an image and lace and whatever. So I have a set of those pages out there. So they were thin though. I put them on a normal piece of paper. So I was like, I'm starting to back them with different things. So in this case, there's a peachy cream card that has lines in it, but it's really thin compared to the other one, so it fits beautifully in here. And then we'll put something a little skinnier in this back one. I think I'll do another time card pocket in that one. We've got all the eco dyed, coffee dyed, combos here, right? And I did purposely sort of time it to where the blue is over here. And we do see the words underneath a little bit when we're looking at it, but I think it's fun when we're writing to have that sort of shadow of words underneath, but not actually see the words. So I think that's going to be okay. I think it's going to be great. It was one of our first fun interactive pockets where we get to take off this front fold with a flap, and it has a double pocket in here, plus the big one on the side. All right. And it's one of those, again, the same page, but we put paper towel in the middle with a parchment pack paper, or no, this was an eco-dyed coffee paper on the back, and just sewed it around. So it's a little thicker so it can handle being in the side pocket that we're supposed to be creating, which I just realized I haven't done many of those. We have our little tuck here, which we have cute little, our cute little guest check creations in here, and the backs are totally, writable. So I wasn't sure where I was going to put them, and then I just was like, oh, well, trying to keep some thin, thick, keep things sort of thin, thick. So I thought that would be a good place for it, because this is another tuck, so we put one of the thicker pockets in here, can write on that page, so on and so forth. This one has a scrapbooking or scrappy collaged strip here, so at some point I will decorate that up to make it a little more fancy, but it'll be a nice addition to the front of our book. So, pretty, and writables, and things are covered. So hopefully we continue to get pages to write on, and not just pages to put stuff in. But there's going to be plenty of large journal cards and all of these things to write on, because we have back pockets. So constantly you're going to have a lot of writing space in here, and even though I can't put an eco-dyed page on every set of 8. I think everything has multiple pockets, and so we got plenty of things, plenty of spots to put something in. So this was our last one. Every time I do one of these videos, I do click you back to the playlist, so you can go back and binge. If you just found me, you can go back and binge watch anything you might have missed. So today we are taking, 5 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and turning it into a flipped out double pocket, and then the double tuck in the back. Right? So much fun. So, decided we had to cover up some of these weird gray pages anyway, so I figured we might as well fold them and just make it a double tuck here. I'm going to use the same sheet of paper, and we're going to cut it just right so it just looks like a continuous paneled page. real easy, real simple. And so that is one of my really simple digitally collaged, French papers, advertisements, postcard pages. Anything you see here today, or you've seen even in this book, are all my digitals. These are all scraps, leftover pages, kits that I printed didn't use. So all these things can be found under the A Jewel Design Etsy shop. And all these digitals under just journal papers or journal pages, and there's digital kits. So anyway, you can find all of it. If you find something you sort of like, and there's every page you see, there's more of it somewhere somewhere in the shop. So I figured we'd use that one where we can just like cut it and it just keeps going. So there's a nice continuous look until I actually start filling it in. And it's a great base page to give some oomph to whatever we stick in here. We'll have a little bit of a showcase. Then we've got this page. And as you see, I've already glued on a piece of paper to sort of hinge this in properly. Now this is all based off a cute fold down, open up, tag page pocket that I did in the autumn journal that I showed off last Saturday. Was it past Saturday? Past Saturday. Oh, it's only Thursday. And it had a cute spot that I really loved. I folded the page just right and did it. Well, I wanted to sort of redo that concept, but all these pages open up the same way. So I thought, well, no, let's cut this, glue it back down. We can open it up and create two pockets on the inside. Now, with that one piece of paper, you actually fold it down, fold it up, all that jazz. You fold it in different ways and you got it. Oh, I can't do that. I mean, I could fold this up and try to make it shorter in the book, but I always worry about the stability of something like that. And even on the back, I could fold it up. I don't know about that. Well, let me get this one cut out, glued on, and then we'll have to see. Maybe, because usually you fold the inside up, you fold this inside so you get your pockets. And then doing that, I have to do this one also. But when I fold this one up and in, it's going to have these little guys too. And the back's just going to be shorter. That might be possible. Let's see. Okay. And there's going to be a little bit of a stop and start. I'm going to pause every so often, like do something, come back. So we don't really waste much time. And then really try to get this project done, right? Not just be sitting here. So, but right now I'm going to try to carefully, because I don't want to cut more than just the 2 pages. And I do want to cut them a little short once I'm done. So, like I don't want to cut into the next page at all. So we're going to go, and I always cut the page up and cut it carefully to clean it up. Yeah, I don't. Normally we cut these and we cut 8 at a time, so I think nothing of it. But I do not. I just want to cut the 2. I sort of glued them together a little bit. One of those things where you do it and you're like, oh, that X-Acto knife is perfect, and then you're like, oh, that X-Acto knife is too good. Too good for its own, it's too sharp for its own good, right? You don't really want to cut either way. I can always trim this, and if we're going to fold it, we might just do it. Yeah. Well, I was going to trim it anyway, and I can make it a little shorter. It does not have to be, because it does have to get tucked in here. Yeah, we can make this work. Okay. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. So how are you all doing? The kids, so this is a Thursday, so this will be a Thursday afternoon thing for you guys. Can I get this out? I was sort of down and out yesterday. This video was supposed to be like maybe late last night, early this morning. But I woke up with the most gnarly sinus headache. Minor aches and pains everywhere, just because the head hurt so much. Well, I had missed my meds the night before and ended up in a lot of pain. Gotta love fibromyalgia and lupus. And I missed my meds. I couldn't remember that. I wasn't sure, but because I seemed, oh god, it seemed like I was, I don't know, tired enough. So I thought maybe I was fine, and then I realized I wasn't, and I was like, oh gosh, okay. So yeah, so here's the deal. So we're going to trim this off a little bit anyway, because we want to be able to close and not get in the way of the book. So we got to make it shorter anyway. So let's do that. And as you can see, they're sort of sticking together because I did glue this already together. This is a pocket no matter what. So even if I fold it and make this a shorter book page, which could be sort of fun. I mean, these come out, and so whatever is on the next set of pages, which was going to be the eco-dyed pages anyway, we would see the bottom of that page, the first page. And I could even, on this first one, I was going to put this guy here, see if I can find a blue or pink or purple, green eco-dye page. So even if we did fold this all up, you would actually see this across the bottom of, that might be really cute. All right, maybe we're getting ideas. I think we're going to try something. I'm like, I think we're going to try something. All right, hold on one second. Let me cut this because it's going to get in the way. Okay, so I cleanly cut this off right about where that excess fold might have been. And, oh, there's still that one. But you know what? It's going to be a pocket. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now if I do what I'm doing, so the whole point is that we're going to hinge it open. Okay. And now with it hinged open, the bottom technically would fold up. So you get two pockets here. But when you close it, you get another pocket here. But it's shorter, right? Because it's, you know, there's less of it. Don't have to go up very high. But we want it high enough that we feel that whatever we put in here is going to stay. Right? If I do that, I don't need to hinge it all the way down because there's no point of wasting that. Yeah, there's no point trying to, you know, we don't want to waste that. Because a normal piece of paper, you would fold it in half or in thirds, fold down a section of it. You just keep folding. You fold in thirds, you fold one half down, you glue it down, the other half here, you fold it up, you get two pockets, and you glue it down, and you're all said and done. So instead of, in our case, we're gluing it down onto that back page, and we're creating more pockets. It's an odd page. I don't think there'd be a problem with it. I think then we get to see the eco-dyed and the end of a tuck on the back here for the next set of pages, and I think it would be sort of fun. All right, you know what? I'm going for it, people. I'm gonna do it. I debated on it, and I'm not taking up so much that I feel. Yeah, let's just do a little bit of cutting here because I don't need this. Don't need that extra. It's just getting in the way of the pocket, and so we're only gonna glue down what we need. We're gonna hinge what we need, I should say. I don't need this top section. So anyway, I didn't take my meds. Finally, it was like all of a sudden I was in this extreme amount of pain, and I was like, oh, I really did miss those meds. Okay. So I got up and I finally took it, but I didn't take a lot of it because I was afraid to be really groggy and not like beyond. Yeah, it's the first week of school. I gotta get these kids to school on time. And I'm sort of their alarm clock. One will turn her alarm on and she'll remember to a point. The other one doesn't listen to her alarm. So I'm always like, hey, let me wake you up. I don't know how she's going to do college next year. That girl's going to have the hardest time. So anyway, working on that. She's been really good about getting up, so I can't complain too much. I'm like, oh, you're doing such a good girl. You're doing so good. You're just making all the effort in the world to get up, so I can't complain. Anyway, so I was really afraid, so I didn't take a lot of meds. I just took some of my meds. I just took half. And I'm kicking myself there too because it wasn't enough, and so I woke up with a nasty sinus headache. I don't know why sinus. My hormones are out of whack too, so gotta love getting older. So yeah, no, I just was like, okay, well, what the heck? And I was very out of it yesterday, so I didn't do much of anything. My daughter helped me when she got home because she has 2 off blocks in the same day, so she can come home and help me prepare for college, work on her online classes. Her internship starts right after Labor Day, and she gets to also take on, hopefully, a, what's the word? Pre-college, class with her, the college she wants to go to. So she did it the year before over the summer. I'm going to do this at an angle for this pocket because we don't want it to get in the way also. So I'm cutting an angle like we would do of any other fold. When we fold things in, sometimes we will go in and cut the pockets at an angle. And so in this case, I'm doing it for this because I want to make sure, you know, when it folds, it's doing okay. Hopefully I'm not cutting too much. I might have to go up a little higher. Yeah, I can go up a little higher. That's what I'm missing. I'm like, wait a minute. There we go. So I'm just sort of trying to make do here. Of course, my cutting is terrible. A little hard when it's in a book. Really hard when it's in a book. You don't want to cut the wrong thing off, but you're trying to create a nice clean cut. So she has a lot of extra things to do. So we are stoked to have the two periods off. So she goes in for her multimedia with the teacher that actually has the internship program. And then she, so I'm folding this up to remind me that it is supposed to be folded so we can see what's underneath. This one, oh, so technically the whole thing would get folded up. But with that, then it leaves me weird side tucks, which I could use. Or I can just cut this off or fold it up. So that's the only thing we're dealing with differently, is trying to figure out, once I'm done, see, here's the thing, it would be glued in, you would open it up, well, it'd be hinged properly, and then the pockets would, you know, and the pockets are here, which I'll have to do the same thing with. We'll have to cut them at an angle. And you have the two pockets there, glued down. And you have this one here. I just don't know whether to trim it and fold these up, or just trim them off. I might just trim them off, because technically, if this was all one piece, you would be folding these up. Folding them up and making them here, so that actually would have a pocket, but I actually have two, like, in little embellishment pockets too on this side, which could be sort of fun. Okay, let's keep trying something here. I'm thinking. Okay, I know. Sorry, this is the hard part. This is the structure, the constructing of it, and I do sort of want you to watch. You know, have you guys watch me do it. Haha. Of course, I'm not tutorial, but so I created a piece of paper, which of course you can see it's not straight. I should have flipped it around the other way. I am leaving more of a, oh, wrong side too, because I think I want to do it inside, huh? Yep. Wow, guys, I don't know if I'm any better off. Today, jeez. I was going to do this yesterday. I was going to do it last night, actually. Well, first maybe in the morning, and then I thought, well, it would be fun to do it after my meeting, and do it sort of a Wednesday night, you know, an evening craft with me. And then the headache didn't really go any better. I was on meds all, you know, taking Tylenol, Advil on and off all day, trying to get on top of it. I did go to my meeting, you know, last night because it was a band booster color guard thing, but we were doing it via Zoom, so I didn't have to leave the house, which was a blessing because which I'm glad, because I think by the time that meeting was done, because it was a good hour-and-a-half meeting, my head would have been pounding. I'm like, that would not have made for a great anything. And so, you know, it wouldn't have been a great thing. And I'd be like, yeah, that wouldn't have been productive. And, yeah, driving home would not have been my favorite thing to do. She's not right down the street from me, I'm afraid. So I was like, yeah, no. So I was really glad that it was Zoom. So that was a blessing in disguise. But anyway, so this is, here, let's go this way, maybe it'll be easier. So I made a tab to give me a hinge. Tab, hinge, tab, however you want to see it. Open that up. Fold it. Just trying to get it glued where it makes the most sense. Okay, so we've got this here. That will then open up this way. And we're going to cover this almost straight across. Almost with one continuous page, I hope, and be able to score it just right, to where this will also help reinforce this hinge, and we'll get as tight as we can here to hopefully keep it just all one beautiful thing. Now, this is what got folded up. This is what gets folded up. Again, we're going to need to do the corner cuts, because just a little bit, otherwise this will not cut and fold, or will not fold at all. Like, they'll get in each other's way. Now, I have a tendency sometimes of cutting these down. Are we gluing these down even though we're at an angle? I don't know if we'll do that this time. Oh, I gotta glue something down, so yeah, we'll probably glue. Let's see, I'm not sure which one I'll glue down. That one has an outside pocket, so this one I may glue down. This one I cut a little too much off, but you know what? We're gonna reinforce that with this one. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna bring it up and barely trim it. So that'll help so I can glue this edge down and leave this one open. And then, yeah, this gets, its own thing. So, all right, we'll do it that way. Oh, we're getting there. Ooh, you didn't stay glued. Although, wait a minute. This is where the glitter glue comes into play. Like, never mind. If the one doesn't work, I noticed due to the just enough heat, my glue is starting to change colors. It starts blue for a while. It's done better than most, but I normally, depends how often I use it or how much I use it, all of a sudden it starts turning white. It still works. There's nothing wrong there, but okay, so there's that. That should help there. We'll do another piece of paper, so that'll help. Making sure this is as folded up as it can get. Oh, okay. So we're having fun. Hey, we're going to use this to our best ability. We're not going to make it an old, random, boring anything, right? I'm almost tempted to cut these out to give us a little bit more working space, but it's sometimes nice not to have that gap when you're working, so. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I just changed my pocket a little bit, which I won't glue down, of course, until I get them covered. Because the pockets, let's see. So we're going to do this cute bunny, which I just shrunk that up. So, maybe not. Well, I can fussy cut it. I wanted to get as much of the bunny as I could. So I want to do the bunny here, right? And with the angle, there's just this right spot. I think I'm going to slide it right here so we could tuck something in to this thing. So we have the cover here, and we're going to put a little bit of this guy in this top half, right? I want this green. I want this up here and for the back. And then I was going to use bits and pieces of the rest of it to make our pocket across the bottom, because the inside here, right, was supposed to be a majority of this. Because I was going to do almost this whole thing, and I was going to create a pocket on it. So now, though, I think it's still okay, though. We're going to, yes, I know we're going to lose the bottom, and I could do it where if I want more of the teal, knowing that up to here, like this is my cover, right? We're going to see this whole flower down the middle, and then this section down here, I could cut it off and just reassess it like we did everywhere else, but then this gets folded up, and I could fussy over that. So I really want that teal bit, I think, because it looks really good next to that, with a little bit of the floral landing into the pocket. And then it's just deciding what to cover the bottom. So that's what we got going there. And then the back is collaged. So, okay. I'm not too worried about this. I wanted that open to cover it a little bit, give me a little bit more maneuvering to work it, and then we'll glue it down. But then you can see, underneath. So this one, it'll be easier for me to just cut it instead of, there we go, trimming it. I don't know how far I can get in here before I can't. I really didn't want it that messy, though. Shoot. Hold on, where is my little guys like this are really helpful to shove in there. They're sort of like a cutting board. That keeps you from cutting all the way through for small sections, but it's not so thick like the ruler that it gets in the way. If I can get it in there far enough, it lets me cut up against the board instead of up against the next piece of paper, because we don't really want to cut that out yet. Well, it is getting cut out, but it doesn't mean I want to make a mess out of it. Okay. I do need a little bit of that cut off. Oops. I hate when these things come loose and you don't expect it to. Alright, so we are going to trim a little bit extra up and off. Here we go. What do I got going here? I was like, wait a minute. For a minute, I was like, did I cut the wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. Isn't that scary? You're working along nails and you go, did I just do something wrong? Nope. I didn't. But it's so scary, you don't know. And yeah, it's not as big of a deal on these guys because I just realized I am cutting this next section out. But still. Okay, so. Nope, not that one. Yeah, usually we just cut the pages out and think nothing of it, do we? But it is getting folded over pretty thickly. Now, I can always, if I don't want them so thick, I can cut that off and I can cut this extra strip off so this isn't so thick. I need a tiny little edge. I really wanted that there and I made a mess out of it. So, there's nothing I can do about it. Right? Let's see, can I lightly cut this without cutting into the page underneath it? Yep, okay. Gotta make it work, because, you know, it goes to fold over to the next page later. We don't want a huge mess. We don't want it to be so, because I'm just going to keep adding layers. We're going to keep gluing layer on top of layer, so we definitely, as much as I love the thickness of this, don't need all that paper. Because we're going to add another layer to it. So I am going to cut it off. Because we do not need all this excess paper. Just don't. Let's see. I know. Like I said, not really a tutorial, but there we go. That one's up. And then where is the, there it is. Like, and paper it, keep going. And try to, did I glue it down already? Or is it just stuck? Oh, it's just stuck in there. I'm like, did I glue it down already? I don't remember gluing it down, but there we go. And we're gonna try and, yes, the inside one. I was like, here we go again, right? I'm like, which one am I supposed to be cutting off? Okay, so we'll tuck that back in there. Close it up. We're going to go 1 and 2, trying to fold it up as best we can. And I guess I can make up for some of this a little bit. I mean, even then, it's sort of cute having this slightly staggered. So we cover this whole thing, cover this, then just glue them. Yeah, glue it here and here. So that way it has just, like, it's really just for words or embellishments, floral, something. We can stick inside here sideways. And then you have the whole pocket to put something in. Okay, yeah, that fell off. Ta-da, right? But yeah, we'll do each layer and then glue it down, and it gives me a nice reinforced pocket here. We have a pocket over here. It closes up. Big old pocket here, and we still have 2 short normal size journal cards, or medium to large journal cards can go in here. You know, my normal 4-up cards will fit in here nicely. So we have any I want to use, I can put them in there, or crate. Okay. We're getting somewhere, right? Haha. Maybe. Alright. But look at that. Isn't that fun? And it's, you know, enough of the page that it should be doable. And if I pull this apart, it still will take 2 rings, so that's good. Though, a little hard to do a ring in this page. I may actually I'd have to probably glue it onto something else and make it work. But anyway, there is our new concoction. That, as usual, multi-pocketed interactive page. Yay! Alright, let's get some stuff going here. How am I doing? Hopefully it made sense. I don't know. Took the page, cut it, glued it with a hinge, right? A hinge here. Folded up the pages, trimmed off any excess that I really didn't need for thickness, giving us the 2 pockets here and the large pocket on the outside. And because I did it where this is not something that's getting glued down, we took 2 more book pages and folded them in so that we get 2 more tucks this way. So tucks and or pockets, however you want to see that. I think it's a tuck because it goes to the side. It's a pocket when it loads from the top. I think that's how it's considered. I think that's why they want to consider it the way it is. So, okay, 29, 30 minutes in. Let's see what we can do. at least I've already picked out the pages, is really just finding the right marks. This is where I'll do some stop and start, show you guys what I'm working on, and then go back and, you know, figure out what I need where. So it looks like I'm going to do around here. Page is short, so we're going to do it around here. And then, the fun part is this part right here. And I can just feel it for the most part. What did I do with my... Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I lost it. The only way to do this is, of course, just sort of fold it back until you get where you think you want it. And of course, I gotta trim all the white off, but let's see, let's go here. Yeah, that's about right. So a general idea, right? All the way up. We'll do that first. I'll get it all the way up first, and then I'll confirm and cut this little strip off here. Like I said, it should still give me a place to slit right here to tuck in a like little skinny thing that we did over here, like a really skinny thing. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm just gonna do like I've been doing. We'll keep it rippled. So I will go and deco cut this off real quick, and I'll be back, and we'll see how good I did and go from there. Okay, I'm back. A little off, but you know, but see, that's a cute piece, and that might actually be fun to put in there. Who knows? Okay. Alright, so let's do some inking and all that fun stuff. I did pull out my green and my vintage, of course. Don't know. I'm thinking with this one for sure some green inking would be fun. I could do green on the paper so that it has a new color. And of course we need to do, you know, ink the page itself with photos. So, vintage photo. So we'll do a little bit of both. Gotta get some new colors in here, right? I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you're all healthy. Enjoying either the last bits of your summer break, vacation, whatever. Though summer's still for another month at least, right? The actual physical sense of summer is still here. We still have over a month, right? Since fall's not till the 20th of September, though I know we're all itching for it terribly at this point. Not sure why. I think because we had heat. We had, we're actually having, you know, it feels like we're having summer all summer. I don't know. Those who have 4 seasons probably are used to this. My California neck of the woods, not so much. Usually we're a little cooler in parts of my end of California. We are not usually this warm. So, though, like I said, it's been beautiful this week. They've been comfortable in the morning. They've been totally, you know, comfortable with their clothing. They don't have to be like super thin, and they don't have to be like, really, I have to do what today? So we'll see. Next week the youngest starts her PE classes, and it's 5th period, so it's like what is it, like 1:30 to 2:30 type of deal. So of course it's after lunch though, so she's like, I'm not so sure about that. She goes, I'm glad it's on the first thing in the morning. I didn't want that. But right after lunch, she goes, I'm afraid I'm gonna be sort of nauseous all the time. And I'm like, well, you're gonna realize you need to eat before PE, or you gotta be really careful what you eat, because all that running around might make, you know. She's like, I'm afraid I won't keep it down. I'm like, yeah, don't blame me with that one. So we'll see. She starts that next week. They pick lockers today, so hopefully 8th graders get first dibs, which is nice. I'm like, yay, it's something worthwhile. We got lucky last year, but we have so many more kids this year, so I don't know. All right, so I want to make sure I got the ink. Got the basic inking done. This is going to get tucked in inside, which I already glued that down, so that's being a bummer right now. Nope. I may have to cut a little more off the bottom, because I want it. Ooh. Well, we can border it. It's fine. But I think it's in the way. Let me see if we can get it. I can get there. Okay. We got that. And then we'll ink this one. And we'll center it here. Now, these ended up a little much on the, what's the word? Just a little off on the side. It's hard when you're doing angles and you're trying to guess at it. Of course, you're not using the exact page or pieces that you may have indicated. And so you're not quite getting what you want out of it. I'm actually going to try to ink this in different colors. Sort of green, where the white and green is. I'm going to go a little over vintage where you see document, right? A little bit of everything. But I love the bunny. I wanted that sort of as an option. So, yeah, we're still in summer, so I'm definitely working on bright, summery, springy colors. We're not doing this the other way around, that's for sure. Like, we're not getting it the other way. But it was fun working on a small, fun, you know, fall piece last week and beginning of this week, so that was sort of, or beginning of this week, I guess. Sort of all in one, got it sort of done. It's, it is done. And, I was sick. I was going to put it up yesterday probably going to take photos of it and put it up yesterday to sell, but I guess I'll do that this weekend. Try and get caught up. We got a few new things came in, so I gotta get those up into the shop. But definitely, I have work to do. I'm behind schedule, but I want to jump on, get in here. I didn't want to go to a Friday after having a Tuesday video. I didn't want to go that far out if I can help it. And I've been doing that lately, and I'm like, not my favorite thing. So let's see. Let's get this in here. And then I can glue everything down. Probably should not try to glue on that, right? Let's not use the good pages. It's one thing to use the book page you're gluing onto as a glue page, because it's not a big deal. It's all good. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fun Halloween or gothic or dark grungy projects come across my YouTube feed. It was fun. I know, trying to encourage Halloween, right? Encourage fall, back to school, all that jazz. I don't know. I should make a digital. Not that I don't have plenty, but I do have a number of both fall and Christmas journals, or journal kits, digital journal kits in the shop still from years past. I don't have anything new yet. I don't know. Alright. I haven't really looked. I don't know. I know, same old story, right? I keep saying, I should do this, I can't do this, I won't do this. Ugh, who wants to hear about it, right? Yeah. Okay, so, let's get that glued down so that we are finally officially in a pocket. And then I can decorate this however I see fit. The only thing was that slit. I glued it down, didn't I? Yeah, I needed to do this where if I did it, I needed to not glue parts of that. So I really can't do it. Bummer. I didn't think about that. Only thing I could do would try to duplicate the page, lay it over as a faux, and do it that way. But you know what? I could either get a clear pocket. I could always get a clear piece of plastic, which I have plenty of them, and do it that way. Yeah, you get one of your favorite clear cellophanes, and I can always cut it, you know, just right, so it's more of a clear pocket. And we just glue it down the edges, add some lace, and, you know, just enhance this and not completely block it, because I wouldn't want to block him, so I could, you know, glue him down and make him a tuck, and there's a thought. So I might be able to do it if I really want to add another pocket. Otherwise, we'll just decorate this up with lace and leave this as a little writing spot, and that would be a lot of fun too. So, okay, I just thought about it. I'm like, oh, I'll slit it to make a pocket up here, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't do that when you glue the whole thing down. You can't when you glue the paper onto the book page. It's a little hard to do that. Duh. Oh well, it's all good. Okay, so the next one is dealing with trying to not let anything dry out over here too much. In between pages here. Yeah, so then I find a fun color here to go with that time card belly band that I'm turning into a tuck, allowing these excess pieces to stick out to give us some, like we do with lace and stuff, give it some fun dimension, because they're all on cardstock. Then this is what you'll see on the bottom, with a little bit of a bump on the top, but we're not writing on any of these pages, we are inserting. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, there's a little bit of bump there, but the more paper we put, the less likely it'll be in the way. Trying to decide, I can't quite offset it. To offset it enough, it's quite a gap on the bottom, so yeah, we'll see. Okay, so that's going to be the fun part. I think that's going to help us, you know, bring stuff across. So that you have two tucks here and you'll have a tuck into this side too. Okay. So next is our, yeah, definitely that piece of paper there, is, and you know, this is the bottom potential for a pocket, which, you know, if we have it beige, then you have to pocket and a pocket. Trying to think of what else I'd want. I gotta use that one, but we may variant, because I mean, maybe I do this one, which is mostly writing in the back, and then use bits and pieces of, you know, the different colors to vary it, like with the green here, right? Do the green stripe, writing, and book page section of some sort, and then I can do the green and the book page over there. So yeah, okay. Alright, so now it's eyeballing this. So I'm going to decal around the outside edge. I don't even need the whole piece of paper. I'm actually going to have to cut it short somewhere, right? So what I might do, I have to decide which. That butterfly might be pretty in there. So maybe I cut the butterfly off over here, and that should then give me plenty of space to move in between. Let me decal around the edges so that I can see exactly how much paper I have, and then we will try to measure how far down we want to go, knowing that in the middle we are going to see a little bit of the flower. So I don't want to cut up short, because then I will have stuff in the middle that we can see, and I don't want to mesh in there. So as much as I hate to do it, we are going to go all the way down and tuck it nice and tight, where parts of the, you know, yes, parts of these guys are going to get covered. I think. Unless I come up, if I come up short, then I got to figure out how to cover this right here. Which I did have a flower on the other side. Maybe I could fussy cut it with something in there. I just don't know if I want to. I could use this whole bottom of space for something else. So cutting it and you know, covering it up with a pocket isn't always, like, you know, feasible. It's one thing with one piece of paper, it's a scrapbook paper, and you fold it up. You don't care. But when you're using digital, sometimes you don't want to cover up, and you may want to use that little bit of extra somewhere else. So let me decal to make sure I get it more proper spacing, and I might even measure it. Gasp, I might measure something, so that we get a cleaner panel for this, and not be so guessing and then be like, oh, I have to offset it and blah, blah, blah. So, okay, give me a moment to do some prep work, and I'll be right back. Because, yeah, we're coming up to 42 minutes, so let's get this inside piece sort of going, and then I'll let you go. So give me one moment. All right, let's see how we did. So I cut off the bottom. I cut off the edges. I'm a little long still. That's okay. I didn't go. Yeah, see, I cut it off because I just didn't feel like hiding so much of this. Because, you know, from here down is all I would have had left. And I'm like, I just didn't feel like covering this all up. This is a great piece. It can be a book, a little skinny cover, a notebook cover, you know, a notepad cover, something cute. Ooh, a notepad. That'd be really cute as a notepad. So anyway, yeah, I mean, we can fold it in half and put a note, you know, make it a notebook. Oh, that's really cute, actually. Okay. I'm like, see, ideas. I just, you know, why waste anything? So we have this great thing. You open it up, you can see this, and then you have a notepad on the underside. So there we go. Easy piece, easy scrap that can be really useful. We'll trim it up, we'll make it good, and decorate that top piece, and it can be a cute little notepad that would fit really cutely in one of the back pockets. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so the only dilemma I had was that I had a little bit of the hinge here showing underneath. Okay, right here. Now that can though be any scrap. I'll even have some of this scrap left over, and I might be able to fussy that in and not have a problem. So let's ink it, get some coloring to it. My blue is a little bit more tealy. Hold on. My speckled egg actually has a blue-green tint to it, and so it might be actually a slightly better matchup right now for this page. I'm sort of liking that better. Let's see. Let's ink it. I hope you're working on a lovely project or two. You've got a summer project, a beach project, a journal for your vacation memories. It can be scrapbooky, it can be writable, it can be all your memorabilia, like, you know. No, we do December dailies for, like, Christmas, right? We do the whole winter. Don't have to ink down here, but just in case, I'm just going to do it. You know, we do these things for winter, right? We do this whole month of Christmas once a day. Think it's all vacation and kids and traditions, but why don't we do it for the summer? Like, I didn't think why. I just thought of that. Like, why don't we do a summer daily? Like, make gorgeous journals that are all about vacations and, you know, we're collecting those memories. I don't know, I didn't think about that. Or, you know, vacation books, which I think that's why a lot of us love doing, like a summer beach digital kit, which I have one too. I have a retro digital summer kit. And I think things like that make it really fun. It's like, it's what makes it worthwhile. So now I gotta figure out exactly how much to cut off. So soothes me. So soothes me. Okay, hold on. I think therefore I am, maybe. I did try to square it off on the top. When I folded it, they lined up together so that I was not, yeah, we'll use that to take care of our issues here. So hopefully, you know, when we fold it, when we do everything we're supposed to do, which this is shorter. Remember, it's going to be shorter because we cut it shorter on purpose so that it wouldn't get in the way. Perfect. Looking good, looking good. Oh, I think by Jovi, I think we have it. Okay, so then I'm thinking we can either put this strip, I wonder if it's wide enough. I'm hoping it's wide enough. Just wide enough in there. I won't use all of it, of course, to sort of give us the feel of the continuation of these pockets. So I'm just going to take a bit of this. We're going to glue it in that corner. We're going to fold it. We're going to make this work. All right. Let's give it going. I do want to tuck it flat so that it is not in the way. But I need to make sure it is tucked in there tight with all this stuff going on. I'll also make sure that it isn't going to show around the pockets because we're not quite gluing down these edges here. We are simply only gluing down the other two ends. Ah! Had it all perfectly whatever, and what do? I undo it. Okay. I want to make sure that when we close these up, we don't see much. And I think it comes down a little farther, so I might be okay, but still. Right? Okay. Because, like I said, we're not gluing these edges down. We're only gluing these edges down once I get this paper in place. We are definitely using the glue stick right now because I don't want to take chances with some things. Oh, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this page in place, and then I guess I'll let you go. I didn't get as far as I'd like, but you see the gist. You got a feel for what I'm trying to do. I feel like it does need a little bit more. Bummer. Go a little darker. I like the blue, but it may not be enough. It may not quite be enough. You know, a little bit more grunge, a little darker, a little more, sometimes it just lays flat, and you're like, well, that was great, but let's get this where we think we want it, and then, actually I might do this end first, so we have a little bit more wiggle room to go this way. We do it this way, I gotta try to cut it off, and that is never fun. Actually need something under this side to help me out. There we go. Oh well, we'll do this. But I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I hope that if you have kids involved in your life that they are going back to school, getting ready for school, enjoying all of that. The weather is being nice, that it maybe is cooling off just a little bit, so the summer is a little bit more enjoyable. If not, well, let's all pray for a really early fall. Oh my gosh. All right, we don't have to wait till October. We can start fall and spring, or in September. I'm okay with that. I would be okay with seeing bits and pieces of fall come September. No one says we have to wait till October. I don't think we should have to wait till October. Oh, jeez. That was last year, though. We hit mid-October, or early October to mid-October, and it started cooling off considerably. And it was actually enjoyable come Halloween. It wasn't hot, but it wasn't cold, you know? So we actually enjoyed it, and it didn't rain, I think. Or did it rain that day or the day after? I don't remember. But we had something close to normal. But yeah, so I would love it earlier, and it doesn't have to rain on Halloween, but it sure would be nice to have cooler weather and just to be able to enjoy the whole kit and caboodle, right? Let's get that in there. Ugh. But this will now reinforce it some more. We're going to have plenty of paper in this to keep this hinge from going anywhere, and you know, the hinge underneath and the paper over the top, I think we have a good shot at keeping everything, you know, from falling out. And I might even try to think about something, maybe do a little bit of work on the inside if I had to. Let's just do that fold. There we go. Nope. Alright, we're going to, I'm in camera right now. Let's get this edge with the glitter glue, much easier, right? Yeah. Starbucks cards, gift cards are good for ripping washi tape. For getting in here, I mean, yes, we have our bone folders, which are good too for this, but when little skinny spots like this and you're having to get into crevices, these are great for that too. Trying to make sure anything we can to sort of seal it. We don't want anything getting caught going in and out, so it's always good. Okay, okay. Yep, let's see. Yeah, my last video was a little long, guys. Sorry about that. It wasn't like I was super chatty. Alright, so there we go. Seems a little tight when we open it. That right here is not as flat, but I'm not going to stress over it, and I'm not even going to glue that little bit down so that way it doesn't give. Now, because we don't want it to rip in any way, so we'll leave it at that. But there we go. Look, see? You can see something underneath it. You're going to see the little bit of the pocket underneath because for whatever reason it folded upward on me. That's okay. And, you know, you just see that there are other elements, there's other layers, which is always fun. And then the back, yeah, there's a little bit of a catch there. That does get in the way a little bit. You just have to be careful when you open it that we don't, you know, you just kind of play with it a little bit. But gluing this one end down is going to help. So we'll do that, and then I said we'll cover this continuously, and it'll have, you know, I don't have to glue the bottom, which is great. Just going to glue across the top once I get the 3 pages tucked into themselves, glue across the top, and we have something where something like this would tuck in really cute into one of the pockets. Alright, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to the next interactive pages of my altered book. Nice little botanical, springy, summery, enjoyable colors. My other thing is I'm wondering if this is going to shift with the holidays. But I mean, it wouldn't make it very respectful. It would be like, oh, we're going to go from spring to summer to fall to winter and back to spring maybe. Would make for a very interesting journal, which might limit your usage of it, so we won't do that. I'll keep going with all my fun collage altered pages that I have. All of my, you know, vertical, horizontal, clustered, collaged, whatever. And see, we're getting back to some of these pages in here. All kinds of fun stuff. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will not keep you. This is all I'm going to be doing is taking the rest of the collage here, like I said, and trying to get us like different textures to go across these 3. So that again, we have a top-loaded pocket and 2 little embellishment side pockets, right? Little notes, whatever can go in there. Standard pocket here. We have the large pocket back here. And then we have continuous where you can put 2 more tuck pockets back here. So really simple, really easy. That was a fun, you know, that was a fun part. Figuring out our bits, getting it folded and re-glued back together to make the most out of 5 pieces of book page. And like I said, we'll do eco dye with a tuck here, and that'll be a great sort of all-in-one, and then we'll definitely have like 8 pages back here of eco-dyed and copy-dyed pages to sort of give us a breather like we did here with the thickness as we continue on with this lovely altered book, which is, you know, always poofy. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out when we're done. So thank you all very, very much for joining along, coming along, watching with me. Hopefully giving you some ideas, even if, you know, like I said, I took a piece of paper and put it as a folded tag holder in a autumn journal and decided to use the same idea and see what I could do with book pages in an altered book, and if we could create the same look and concept. So love you all very much. Talk to you very soon. As soon as I can get another project up and running, I'll give you guys a shout. And then real quick, here, there it is, the autumn Z-fold ephemera pocket, right? We have that, good tucked in. We finished off that. I added glitter everywhere. Added my gold glitter to things. I did it on here just to give it more. I found a word memories, right? And then this ended up being the front top. And I put the stickers down to give it some personality on the back. So when you did open this, you see lace on one side, and you see leaves on the other. You see florals on the other, while you write on the inside here. Nice good pen. You get to write here, right on the back of both the journal cards, and then that still has a really pretty decorative, front with all its glitter and simple back, and you are good to go. If you had to, or really wanted to, you could glue this one down, or you just tuck this into one of those larger pockets that you may have in your autumn journal. So, isn't that adorable? I love it. It came out really cute. So hopefully that will be up in the shop real soon, so keep an eye out for it. I have the autumn journal, and we have autumn digitals and supplies, and now we will have a cute little autumn ephemera holder. So, yay! All right, love you all very much. I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.